Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Firstly, I just want to say thank you so freaking much for watching my video on periods last week, because you all left such lovely comments. There was no and even the boys that watched the video were really respectful about it and not silly about it, and I just think that's a massive deal, because when I was younger it would not have been like that. Today I'm gonna do a video about how to believe that you are good enough. What are my top tips in how to believe that you are good enough? Because despite the fact that every single human being on the planet is good enough, for some reason we find it very hard to believe that to be so. It's just about self-acceptance, knowing that you're great, that you're amazing, and trying to just instill that thought in you as a baseline thought that should be running through the core of your soul. First things first, one of the main things I think that's gonna help you in realizing that you are good enough is to stop comparing yourself to anybody else.
Oh, my pictures don't look that nice. Her body is amazing. Oh, just the things she writes, she's just so funny. I'm not that funny. I can't do a handstand. I can't do a roly-poly upside down. Why is she on holiday? My life is rubbish. She's always in the sunshine. She's always on holiday. She's like always having fun. Does she not even work? Does she not even go to school? Why is my life so freaking rubbish?
There is no point in comparing your life to somebody else's. This is your life. You can let that person's lifestyle inspire you and motivate you, but you can't let it hurt your feelings. Know that if somebody else has it, then it's possible for you. But my main take home here is to not compare yourself to anybody. When you're comparing your life to Sally's life and you're like, oh,
Sally is so cool. Like, I wish I was as nice and as kind and as pretty and as clever and as funny as Sally. Everybody loves Sally.
Sally is going,
I wish I was as cool as Sam. Sam is so cool. Look at her dress sense. She dresses so amazing, and her parents are really funny, and I wish I got on with my siblings the way Sam gets on with her siblings, and I just wish that I lived in a house like Sam, and I wish I didn't have to work as hard as Sam, but she's just really clever naturally. I have to work really hard. And look at Sam's hair. Sam's hair is amazing.
Sam is comparing herself to you or to somebody else. Everybody is comparing themselves to somebody. Nobody has a full sense of being able to just accept themselves, and we should. Don't wish to be somebody else, because everything about you, the good things about you are amazing. The good things about you outweigh the negatives. So what I want you to do is list me 10 things that you are grateful for about you. I don't know why I keep doing this, about you, your life, and anything about who you are that's positive. I don't care if it makes you feel awkward. I don't care if you are uncomfortable. I want you to do it now. There is so much good stuff about your life and so little bad. Don't focus on the negative. Thoughts are just thoughts. They're not real. That's all they are. So if you are thinking to yourself, I'm not good enough, like literally I'm not good enough. Why? Because I don't look like this, I don't get good grades, I'm not good at my job, I'm not the nicest person in the world, no one thinks I'm funny. If you list all of those things that you've just said, they're your thoughts about you and your life. That doesn't mean they're true. Be happy already. I can be happy with myself whether the magazines tell me I should look like this or not, because I'm comfortable with who I am and who I am in my skin. And if you start being comfortable with who you are, no matter what society tells you, you're gonna find happiness and feel good enough. Stop believing negative thoughts, because they're not real facts. It's not a fact that nobody thinks you're funny. I think you're funny. I think you're hilarious. that isn't a fact, that you're not good enough, doesn't make you feel good. It actually makes you feel rubbish, right? Believing that you're not good enough, which isn't true, makes you feel angry, resentful, moody, grumpy, sad, miserable, disappointed, frustrated, upset, hurt, in pain. It makes you feel you're believing the thought that isn't even true, and that thought makes you feel horrible. And when you feel horrible, you're not very nice to anybody. When you don't feel good enough, you might be mean to your friends. When you don't feel like you are worthy, you might be angry and shout at your mum. When you don't feel loved by yourself, mainly, you take it out on other people. So when you're not feeling good enough, you end up acting in a particular way that makes people reject you because you're not very nice to them. When I felt insecure when I was younger and didn't feel good enough, you'd walk past somebody that you knew. I wouldn't do that. I'd see them and be like, I'm thinking that they might not say hello back. And they're thinking, and you're letting your insecurities make you act in a particular way that then makes people not like you, and then when people don't like you, you don't feel good enough. Even if it was faking it until you make it, act like, I feel good enough, I am enough. Accept who you are and know that it is good enough and that you are worthy. And when you know it, and if you have to trick yourself and telling yourself it every day, trust it. Start believing it, because no thought is a fact, right? So why believe the negative one? Just believe the positive one and tell yourself, I'm worthy. I accept myself because I am good enough. And when you feel like that, or when you tell yourself that, it makes you act better. It makes you act nicer. It makes you act kinder. When someone's being mean to you, I'm telling you for a fact, it's because they don't feel good enough. So know, and when you know that, you can be kinder to them. You can be more empathetic because you feel not good enough sometimes. And sometimes when people don't feel good enough, they might not be mean. It might play out in a different way. Sometimes when people don't feel good enough, they're needy, or they're desperate for your attention, or they'll be overly nice. When someone is very sure of themselves and very accepting of who they are, they don't push people away. And they also don't try and drag you in. They are very calm, at ease with themselves, and are very self-assured. And that is one of the main things that I think is so important in accepting yourself, is telling yourself all the good things, because it's going to make you act in a particular way that makes you likable. And you, whether anyone else likes you or not, that wouldn't matter. You will like you. When your intentions are good and you are kind to the people around you, you will feel better. And this leads me to my last point. When you have negative thoughts and when you can't reframe them and when you can't tell yourself the good thoughts, that's okay as well. Let it go. Accept that you've had those negative thoughts and just move on. Don't indulge in the thoughts. Accept that not every day is going to be unicorn dust and My Little Pony rainbows, okay? Because some days are rubbish. Some days you'll feel sad. Sometimes people will be mean to you. Sometimes people will die or dump you or will shout at you. But it's not the fact that those things happen, it's how we deal with them. Learn from those experiences and accept that not every day is going to be butterflies and sunshine. Things become a little bit easier. Try and accept yourself for who you are. So those are my top tips on how to believe that you are good enough, and I hope that it's helpful. Who freaking knows? But I really appreciate you watching. I would love any of your comments and feedback, and comment below if you like the video, thumbs up, or subscribe if you want more of me. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there, okay? Alright, later taters, bye!